folks. Smudge here. Well, we have a last minute change. Out of Goshen is going to be our guest tonight. Because we didn't have a lot of time, I'm just going to cut down one of their clips, let them introduce themselves, and we will see you tonight.
I'm Eric.
I'm Ashley.
This is our brand new channel called Out of Goshen. First, us. We've been married for
18 years.
18 years. We have 6 amazing kids.
3 girls and 3 boys.
And lots of fun animals. It's an adventure already in our house. First up, Naomi. Hi, Naomi.
Hello.
Naomi is our amazing, quiet, reading 17-year-old who I couldn't ask for a better child than her.
All right, let's introduce our next child. This is Hannah.
Hi.
She's 15, and her personality is very bubbly, and she loves art. Tell us about yourself a little.
Well, I love to bake, and I love to crochet, and I love everything bright and artistic and fun things like that.
Next up is Sam. How old are you, Sam?
I'm 11.
Wait, you got a little pause there. Why are you saying it that way?
I'm gonna be turning 12 pretty soon.
How long?
3 days.
It's funny, once he gets on camera, he can't remember he's turning 12, but every single day for the last month, he's been telling us, 30 days until I'm 12. He's turning 12 in a few days.
All right, this is our number 4th kid. This is David. And how old are you, David?
5.
5, awesome. Are you excited? Okay. Can you tell us what you're excited about the homestead?
I'm excited about to move to Grandpapa's house.
Oh, yes, we're going to live near Grandma and Papa, aren't we?
Yeah.
Next up is our little Jenna Bean. Hi, Jenna Bean.
Hi.
How old are you, sweetie?
2.
You're not 2, you're... How many is this?
3.
3. Last, but certainly not least, Corbin. Hi, Corbies. How old's Corby now?
16 months.
16 months. This guy is so much fun. Of course, being a toddler, just wants to get into everything and, of course, play with this microphone.
Yeah.
And is talking and... Yeah, and he's just our little joy. We love him very much.
Not as much as what a purebred would do. Evening, folks. Monday night. We had a quick change this afternoon. We're like magicians, and our original guest couldn't make it, so I hit up on someone that I asked a while ago, and their life is pretty much on the freeway as far as...
It's in flux.
It's in flux. That's right. That's right. Change it any minute. So I messaged Out of Goshen and I said, so how would you like to be our guest tonight on our live stream? And they took it, hook, line, and sinker. So I'm tickled pink. Obviously, I mean, if any of you know me, and if you've all watched some of their videos and know who they are and what they're all about, you'll know why I'm a little bit excited to have them on tonight. Finally, someone that I can relate to in other aspects instead of just gardening or canning or whatever. So we have 7 of them. The baby is in bed, correct?
Yes.
So we have 7 of them. No, we have, 7 of them.
7 of 8.
Yeah, well, you're looking at me like I was wrong. Pretty sure I had the number right. And they all fit on the screen. So let's go ahead and get going. I can't wait. This is their first live stream, so be easy on them.
Well, here they be. Say hello, folks.
Hi, everybody.
Well, so you guys are in nice sunny Florida.
Nice and sunny, yes. Too hot for us. We've been here in Florida for over 10 years, and we're originally from snowbound areas. We're ready to get to a place where we have a little bit colder weather. And in the meantime, as we look for the homestead, hitting the road in a camper.
Okay, very interesting. I know that you had some plans that didn't come to fruition, going to Colorado and so forth. Can you share a little bit about all that?
Absolutely. We had planned, we've been thinking about for years. I'm sure many of the viewers can understand this completely. For years, trying to think about if we actually set up a homestead, where we would go. And we had a list on paper of states that we'd like to go to, anywhere from North Carolina to Colorado.
Yeah.
And the list goes on and on. And we had been really just praying about it and really just basically trying to focus where that place would be. And we ultimately decided Colorado. And once we were set and I put in my notice and didn't work at my job anymore, off we went to go looking for land and property and such. And we're looking at making this our last place we'll ever move to. And we want to find the perfect place that's for us. And we got to a point where we were not finding a whole lot of places in Colorado for our budget that had the things we're looking for.
I know.
But we found this one place that seemed to be overlooked by everybody. And it had 7 acres. And we were under contract for almost 2 months. And they kept delaying the contract, kept delaying it. And finally, they said that nobody would ever be able to buy this place using a conventional loan ever again. Because there's problems as far as they couldn't prove that the home that was on there had been there since the very beginning. And through Colorado law, you actually have to show documentation that the homes are a certain age to be moved to another place. And so they said, not only will you never get a contract for this place, but nobody ever will. And so unless we actually had a certain amount of money to pay cash for the place, we didn't have quite enough that they were looking for. We weren't going to get it. So the whole contract fell through. And I'll be honest with you, with the exception of not being with Ashley's family out there, that's the only part that bums us out. We're ecstatic because we know that we're being led in a different direction. And whenever you're being led somewhere, then that's when you actually feel more at peace than anything else.
Well, I know that we followed that. I know you guys have all kinds of plans. We're packing up and doing everything, but I guess the packing up is still a good thing because you're going on other adventures now.
That's exactly right. So we're already packing up everything anyway. We are literally just about to move everything to a big storage room.
Yep.
And in 2 weeks, on the 19th, is our tentative date we're going to hit the road. And it may be a few months before we find a place. I'll be honest with you, maybe a year and a half. Yeah. We're not in a rush now because we get to travel around and visit people. Right. And we're people. We just love talking with people and meeting with people. And so we are extremely excited about this.
Well, if I heard right on one of the videos, you're gonna look up in Michigan. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes. Yeah, up in the UP. I have I'm from Michigan, and all my family, other than my parents and brother, are from Michigan.
Well, the Upper Peninsula, that's really Canada, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Close enough. Close enough.
And we like snow, and we're rest assured that they actually do special deliver snow up there every year. And so that's something that we know that we'll get. But the most amazing thing about this is we're finding 10 or 20 acres up there with a house on it for $50,000 cash. And I know that the houses will need some work. I know that. But we'll have the camper that we can live in and work on the house and get some gardening going and such. And I'll be honest with you, there's no guarantee we'll make it to the Upper Peninsula and buy a place there. But that is something that's on our sights. And it would not surprise me at all if that's where we ended up getting a place.
I see. Now, you're originally from New York. Is that correct, Eric?
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker.
What part?
I've lived all over the States. I was born in Binghamton, and then, lived mostly upstate and actually went to school, high school, a little bit toward Buffalo.
I had an uncle in Binghamton, and I'm from Rochester.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, so you probably know where we're from. Well, I went to high school in Warsaw, which is about 45 minutes south of Rochester.
Yeah. It's no wonder you don't mind snow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. In fact, we have Elizabeth here, the bee lady apiary. She's in New York also. Oh, and here she says they're in West New York, right near Canada.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So sure she's familiar with the snow as well.
Yes. Yeah, they have bees. Lots and lots of bees.
Which is also very intriguing for us too.
Yeah.
We want to get into everything once we get our homestead going.
So, what plans do you have for a homestead? I mean, homesteading is a big challenge to a lot of people, and a lot of people approach it in different ways. But how does your family approach homesteading? What is your idea of the perfect homestead?
The plant part of it is me.
Yeah.
That's one of my college backgrounds, and I've been stocking up for quite a while now, a giant box full of all kinds of non-GMO seeds, and I just can't wait to get going. I really want to get going with a lot of permaculture. But that's me. I'm the plant guy. Everybody else has their own fortes.
Yeah. I like to can, and I like to just be working in the garden, pulling the weeds, and it's very therapeutic for me.
Well, I've got some extra weeds if you want to stop by every now and then.
Can't find them right now, but we have some.
So
then,
are you talking a big enough place that you would need equipment, tractors, and so forth to do, or you?
Oh, I'll be honest with you, that would be a dream for me.
Yeah.
But I think, especially for the fact that I don't know if a lot of the viewers know I'm disabled. I'm a disabled vet, and I am relatively limited as far as what I can do now. I don't think we're looking at tractors more than simply just some kind of hobby tractor that I can use to dig holes or bush hog the grass type stuff. In my younger years, yes, I would love that.
Okay.
We have a Bobblehead Homestead here is asking, besides the UP, what other places interest you?
We really don't have a limitation as far as what state, but mostly it's the homeschool laws. And that's a big priority. Like we love New York or Pennsylvania, but the homeschool laws are really strict out there. And the Florida laws are pretty strict. And so we're trying to get away from that more so that we can homeschool like on the road and kind of do geography and things like that different than what the textbook says.
And more so, as far as like picking the homestead, our biggest idea as far as going north isn't really per se just having snow. It's actually getting away from needing air conditioning. And down here in Florida, we live.
AC's on right now. It's,
right.
It's today.
Yeah.
And we want to, not necessarily we want to go completely off grid, but that'd be cool too. But we don't want to be tied to having to be completely baking every single day. I mean, not baking food, obviously, us baking, as far as needing air conditioning. And I know like the settlers back in the day, the pioneers, didn't have air conditioning. But knowing that it does exist now and knowing we wouldn't have it, even though we need it, is hard for us. So we're not actually stuck on one specific state, but we are thinking more of the northern states for the fact that we would like to be able to get by in the summers without having to have air conditioning.
Right. We have a lot of people here that are thanking you for your service. Life of a Millwife, Kelly, she is in Canada. She wants to tell you thank you for your service from one vet to another. So wanted to get those in for you.
And thank you to her too. And I am completely changed by the problems, the injuries that occurred, but I'm still more than happy to be able to do that for this country and just to be able to serve everybody. And honestly, I wouldn't change anything because at least now I get to spend every day with my family and travel and look for a homestead. So it worked out in the end. So,
have you and Ashley traveled down a homesteading road before? I mean, I'm sure your younger ones there have not. If you've been in Florida for 10 years now.
Yes, we've had a homestead when we first got married. We had one.
Okay.
Lots of acres in Colorado.
Yep.
And I actually did some farming and had a tractor and a barn, and I think we had about 50 chickens at the time.
Yeah.
That mostly we used for egg layers.
Yeah, we had 20 turkeys, some goats,
a couple horses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, we were out. You're just led right into my next question because we hadn't talked animals yet. So if you find your dream homestead, you're going to have some animals on it, I take it?
Yes, we're going to have chickens and turkeys, and we'd really like to have a cow. Corbin has food allergies, and so we were trying to see if the certain cow that we can get will help eliminate it. If not, then we'll get goats for the milk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for curiosity's sake, your time down there in Florida at this point, have you been doing any gardening at all in a very lightweight fashion, or?
To an aspect, we do really well for a while, and then the sun just beats down so much it ends up killing a lot. Or the neighbors next door sprayed through the fence and killed our garden one year. So, but we did have chickens where we live. We were allowed to have 8 hens with no roosters, so we had those, and we just got rid of them just before fall.
And the bee lady here, she's the one that lives in New York. She wanted to let you know that they moved to their farm so their children could live in the country and have a pond, an orchard, and they just love it up there. And like I said, they have bees.
Yeah, that's what we ultimately want, is the kids to raise. Because when I was in my teens, we moved out to the farm, and so my later years I got to finish off on the farm before we met, and I really enjoyed it. We really want the kids to be able to be around animals and just to have a better lifestyle than today's technology on the computers all the time. So.
Yeah, and even though we try to stay separate from all of the things the world delivers, it's very difficult, especially living in the city. And Pensacola is still a kind of a small town city, if you want to put it that way. But outside, fire trucks and police cars all the time, and always the buzz of traffic. And we have a quarter of an acre that we're on right now. And even though we try to do a lot of stuff outside and we have a pool to swim in, we definitely feel confined to not having a blank slate of a homestead to be able to dive into whatever we want to, including an orchard and bees someday as well.
Very good. So who's going to take care of the animals? You going to split that up among the kids, or?
Not me. I'm the plant guy. I'm kidding. I'll help out. I'm sure I'll be shoveling some manure for my plants. But all the kids have talked about different animals they want to take care of. Naomi?
I'm going to take care of the cows. And what are you going to take care of, David?
David?
Doggy.
A doggy? Yeah, he wants
Chickens.
a doggy.
You said you wanted chickens.
You
And
love
Sam?
chickens.
Turkeys.
Sam's our turkey guy.
And then I'm doing dogs, breeding my dog.
Okay.
Then I'll just take whatever else needs to be.
Mom will do the leftovers.
Do I remember right, Hannah, you have a golden retriever?
Yes, a golden retriever puppy, and she's 7 months right now. And we're going to obviously wait until we do find the homestead and we're done traveling for me to breed her. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
So you've already mentioned homeschooling. Are all the kids homeschooled?
Yes. Naomi is in 11th grade. Hannah's in 9th. Sam is in 6th. And David is in kindergarten. And Jenna does preschool.
Okay. Very, very good. Very good. How's Mom handling all teaching the homeschooling?
By the end of the day, my hair's standing up, but I've asked if they wanted to go back to school, and they always tell me no. They were in a private school when we lived down in South Florida, and so that was good. But now when we moved up here, the school system wasn't as good, and we couldn't afford the private, so we went ahead and went through homeschooling, and we love it now. This is our 7th year going.
And now that I'm home full time, I can really help out a lot more than I could as well. And I mean, with my disability, I was a professor at a local college here. I was only teaching part time anyway. 20 some hours a week, I think it was.
Something like that.
But now that I'm home full time, besides rendering videos for our channel, I'm here to help out with the kids. And that's another thing about the homestead too. I'm looking forward to, instead of teaching science in a textbook, let's go outside and let's do some experiments with plants and look at germination rates when it comes to sunlight versus non-sunlight. I mean, all those things that, because for myself, I have a huge history of science in all my undergraduates, and I love just experimenting and understanding and figuring out the world. Just it's incredible. And I want to be able to share that that vision with my kids. And now that I'm home full time, I can, which takes a lot of load off of Ashley.
It really helps. At least if not, they can, help with the kids if I need to do something or vice versa. So it's been nice having them home.
Very, very good. Very good. And I've noticed that your entire family is very crafty, very good at doing things. Some painting. Somebody's selling paintings on eBay trying to get rich.
I think that's Hannah. Hannah's the one who paints and crochets.
And somebody builds giant things with Legos, and people like crossword puzzles jigsaw puzzles, I guess. And
we are always on the go doing something. And in our house, if we're sitting around, it's usually because of exhaustion and not because of, what do you want to do next? Because we do everything from, I do my best to try to teach the kids to play instruments and working on foreign languages and talking about history, or if it's Naomi, conspiracies. That's really her forte. And just always learning and always exploring and always just trying to see what's next and what else we can figure out and do. And that basically, it's really the motto of our family, and I always try to tell people we're adventurers. It's not just necessarily adventurers going places, but adventures every day of life. And life is too short to be sitting around watching TV. Yep. And years ago, we did that. We were the typical family, go home from work and let's watch TV for a while. And we have a big TV in the living room, but we don't watch TV on it at all. We use it for YouTube videos, usually for lessons about something, or conspiracy videos for Naomi. But besides that, it's sad, because I used to tell my students all the time that if you're watching television and watching your favorite TV show, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I'm not saying TV shows aren't fun. That's the problem. They're too fun. And there's too many things like that get you sucked up into a world that's simply not real. And that's what we as a family do, is we try to experience as much life and as much reality as.
Yeah, I think the moniker reality TV is not very accurate.
Yeah,
I agree, exactly.
We really try to have them learn to figure things out and try to iron their own clothes and do their own laundry, and you'd be surprised at how many college kids can't do that. So.
Well, and I see that we have Deep South Homestead in the room. So let me just take a moment here. We're going to have the opportunity to meet you folks in person. I understand you're going to be attending their spring gathering. And
that's correct. Very excited.
Yes, what started out to be a meetup and is now a full-blown convention.
Yeah, so let me put our little ad in here for Deep South. Folks, if you want, if you're looking for anything to do here, March 11th, they're having a meetup in Wiggins, Mississippi. And at this point, there's about 30 channels that are going to be in attendance there.
But that's just from YouTube. We got Facebook side also.
Oh, yeah, and that's just from YouTube. I mean, YouTube channels, and of course, that's where we are here, is on YouTube. There's a lot of Facebook sides as well. But... and there's some big channels: Dirt Patch Heaven, Living on a Dime,
and Tara's in here.
Oh, and Tara's in here too.
Tara's here. 7D Sherry is here. She's going to be there.
Yeah, 7D.
Brenda Duncan, Florida Singularity, Andy's Backyard. They're all going to be there. Alderman's are going to be there.
Yeah, Alderman Farms, J&J Acres. Mm-hmm. So, folks, that's going to be. If you ever wanted to meet up with some of your favorite creators, this is going to be the place to do it, because this is not a thing like a convention where there's all kinds of people around trying to sell you something.
No, this is a meetup. There's a lot of just plain old getting together and chatting, and this is going to be a huge seed swap.
Yeah,
and discussion, and they're having things for the children, whether it's planting seeds or whatever. I have got some donations from Layman's.
Southern Ark Homestead is in the room here. She's gonna be there.
And her son
Backwoods Rays. They're all going to be there. So
it's going to be awesome.
So now that we have their commercial in, we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So, yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. We are really looking forward to this. Have you guys ever met any other YouTube creators in person? Or I know that you guys did something for Big Family Homestead.
Yeah, we haven't met them in person, but we've talked to them on the phone a bunch.
And art and homesteading too.
Yeah.
And Trent and Laura Jean. There's a couple channels, that of course we watch channels too, and we absolutely love. And those are some ones I'm going to visit.
Okay, great. So.
Well, it's almost 9:30. You want to do the first one?
Yeah, let's.
And they don't know what we do.
Yeah, they're these folks are still new to us even. They jumped in here, but folks, for anybody that's new in the room, we have a trivia game that we play every week. So I'll bring that up, and after the little intro for that plays, go over the rules, and everybody will have a good time. So let me bring this up, cut this over, let it get started. Okay, very simple rules. You can only win one time every 4 weeks, and you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it is received and recorded on the stream here. And for anybody that's new in here tonight, you can see that everything that is said is embedded into the stream, and you can see it on the window. Your screen may look different than this. So it's as it is recorded here. That's how we have to do it. And of course, number 3, if you are the winner, you must send us an email with your address within 48 hours to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. We will send you a $2 bill back in the mail. So, question number 1. Is everybody ready? We have our line in the sand here.
There's the line in the sand.
All right, here we go. How long have Eric and Ashley been married? Grandpa's place.
Grandpa's place. Wanda Corbin's asleep. Or he's in bed anyway. Let's see.
Grandpa's place was first, London Warms and Garden is second.
He's okay.
Grandpa's place. If you would, please send us an email to familyhomestead@gmail.com. Let us know what your mailing address is, and we'll get a $2 bill out in the mail to you.
Yeah, and just so, do you have one of these working?
Well, it is, but it's very, here, let me bring it up.
Just so Eric and Ashley and the kids can see, we actually do have $2 bills that we send out.
Let me bring it over.
They have gone to Canada and as far as London.
England, yeah.
Yeah. So it costs almost as much. No, I think it costs more to send this to London than this is worth. But we do it anyway. I mean, that's just,
That's part of the fun.
Part of what the fun is.
Okay, so let me bring this back over. And we will also open up the phone line here. So if anybody would like to call in, ask them questions directly. The phone number is on the top. It's area code 419-528-8494. I can only take one call at a time, so if you are on the line, the rest of the calls will be put on hold until such time as the line's free again.
Tigger still has her $2. Nina, Southern Arc, has hers in a frame. I think Pickerick, and he was on here, I think his is tacked up to the board behind him. Yep.
So anyway, all right. So if anybody's got any questions live for them, feel free to call in. So what would Eric and Ashley like to talk about?
I guess just meeting people and places to go. Yeah. And even though we haven't announced, we have a general itinerary of where we want to for our first launch. But we want to meet people and find the ultimate places to look for a homestead, but also just a little sightseeing too.
And you said you're going to start traveling here in just a couple weeks. The 19th?
Yeah, we're shooting for February 19th. And that really depends on factors of basically the house being ready. Because when we leave, the house is going to be completely vacant and put up for sale. And who knows? There's always like a little thing here or there, little paint or something's packed up that we may not have that date. But that's what we're shooting for is February 19th.
Okay, well, somebody started to call, but they either disconnected or something here. So we are.
Corbin joins us now.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Oh, isn't he adorable?
There, we got all 8 of them in there now. Well, this is by far the largest crowd we've had.
Yeah. Shell's Home Place Journal wants to know if you plan on going off-grid eventually. I think you said you don't want to go totally off-grid where there's no solar and that stuff, right?
Personally, I do want to go off-grid completely. With my physics background, all the heat exchangers for doing heated water with solar, and obviously using photovoltaic cells for solar panels, wind generation. Being completely self-sufficient sounds really great to me, and that's what I want to go for. But I don't think that's really going to be a priority, even though maybe it should be, I guess. But that's something that really I want. But we slowly get there, I guess, is the key, is what we really want to be shooting for.
I don't know if I can jump right into it right away, but I don't know.
Okay, we have June Gall on the phone.
Oh, cool.
June? Hello, June.
Did you lose?
June, can you hear me? Hello, June.
Bill,
Hello, June. Can you hear me? Well, she's trying to get through. I'm not sure what the problem is here. All of a sudden, we had 3 or 4 trying to come in at the same time, and that just doesn't work on this system. So
she says she's calling back and said you ain't there.
That's because I was connected to her other.
You have an awesome phone to say that, and mine doesn't do that.
All right, here's. Hello, this is Daryl. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is Jedediah's wife.
This is Jedediah's wife. I know who this is.
I knew she was calling.
Wanda, how are you?
Hey, I just wanted to welcome Out of Goshen to Mississippi when they get here. I want them to feel welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
We are so excited about going to this. I keep calling it a conference, and people were laughing at me and said, no, it's a gathering. It sounds like a conference to me. But we're so excited about going and meeting and finally actually be able to see so many people face to face. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It started out a meet and greet, and all of a sudden Sherry's turning it into a conference. I'm blaming Sherry, okay?
I have nothing to do with it. Blame Rusty. He's the one that said it was similar to Woodstock.
Yeah, Rusty's calling it a what something stock.
Homestock or something like that. Yeah.
Homestock.
Well,
Homestock.
You're going to have at least triple what you did in the fall. At least triple.
I've already got a list of over right at 125 or so people, and that's what I know about. That's mainly the people I'm keeping up with. So I have no clue, but I want to welcome these guys because I'm looking forward to meeting the kids. And I'm a kid person, so anybody with kids I have fun with. So I get dibs on talking to the girls and boys
Yep.
when they get here.
Then there's going to be that bounce house for them also.
Oh, bounce house.
The what?
Yeah.
I like going back to house.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Someone rented a bounce house to put up. So yeah, the kids are going to have a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, just going to the bounce house, and Homestead Mama's going to be doing some planting with all of them. So they should get plant some plants and do some good stuff, and I'm just excited to have them here.
Hi.
Corbin's alive.
All right.
We can't wait, Wanda.
So I'll let
We're
you guys
ready.
know, and I enjoyed calling in, and Jedediah is not asleep tonight. He's actually gone. He went to the neighbor's house, so for once he's not asleep.
Good Lord.
So you guys have fun, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Wanda, thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, and if you didn't put that together, that was Deep South Homestead. That was Wanda.
Yes.
So, and I know June tried to call in. So, if you want to try it again, June, right now the line is open. So, anyway, here she is. Hi, June. This is Daryl. Can you hear me?
No, still can't hear her.
Hello, June.
David.
June, I'm not able to hear you. I don't
She
know.
says she's calling. Can't hear you though.
Yeah, I'm not hearing her. So I don't know what the problem is because we've had her before a number of times.
Oh yeah, exactly.
All right, June, I'm not hearing you, so I'm going to hang up on this call. We can try it again if you like. All right. So one of these little technical glitches, all this fancy computer stuff. Here's somebody else. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Bandana Grandma here.
Bandana Grandma.
Hello, you're all looking so handsome and beautiful tonight. hello, hon.
Can you believe, Bandana, we got all of them on the screen?
Yeah, I can see all of them on the screen, yes.
And look,
y'all look great.
Sam's here, the one you forgot.
Now, okay, I had a question. Okay, and Sam is the one I can't hear them through the phone. I'm going to have to turn the sound up a little bit so I can hear them. Okay. I turned it down. Oh, I only have to turn it down when I'm talking. Okay, I got it now. Yes, Sam was the one I forgot last time. I'm sorry, Sam. As soon as they said Sam, I remembered completely about Sam.
You cried yourself to sleep that night.
No, we didn't.
Hi, I'm Steve.
I have a question about the camper.
Okay.
I wanted to know how big the camper was.
The camper itself, not including the tongue, it's 28 feet, and it has one slide out for the dinette and the sleeper sofa.
Okay. All right, and this is a pull-along camper, right? It's not a drive-it type thing.
Right, exactly. And this is actually, as far as living space, is an upgrade from our other camper, which you may have seen from one of our beginning videos. And that's a Class C drivable camper. And it had no slide outs. And we were stepping on each other's toes in our sleep. It was very, very difficult.
And the main reason we got that one was
well, I hope you have a marvelous adventure with your camper. And I don't know how you're going to fit the two dogs in there, too. Okay, I'm going to let you go because I really can't hear over the phone.
Okay, we love you.
Bye.
Okay, love you, Out of GOSHEN. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Bandana.
That's one sweet lady there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had the the good fortune to meet her
in October in Virginia.
In Virginia, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's a workaholic.
Gosh, sure is.
So
yeah, we found out she wasn't coming to Mississippi, but maybe October for the big conference. Maybe we can see her up there.
Yeah, she won tickets for that, so she'll be there.
Oh yeah.
And then there's one in May in Tennessee.
Yeah. We're still thinking about that one too.
Yeah.
We know around May is when we actually want to be more up in Michigan, but we might be able to make a spin down. That's right now as far as our schedule. We haven't planned that far.
Yeah, we haven't gone that far.
I understand.
Well, and I don't know if you're familiar with Pratt Family Homestead up in Michigan.
Yeah.
But last year they did a what they call the Hoot Nanny, which was a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And they have plans to do that again this year. So I don't know if that can fit into your schedule or not. I don't know any dates.
Yeah, they don't have dates yet.
They don't have dates yet, but.
Yeah, we're familiar with their channel, but I didn't know they had a Hoot Nanny. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we had a good time there.
Okay. June, if you'd like to try calling back again, we'll see if we can get it to work with you. I don't know what the problem has been because I know you've called in before. And anybody else, the phone number is up on the screen there. So we got these Floridians that are tired of all the hot weather, and it's only February, so.
We also have some Australians in the room too.
Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm. She's a bottler is in here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, June's going to try again.
All right.
Give him another
Bye.
No.
While we're waiting, it's interesting for us that our silliness and our family, that it still boggles our mind people want to watch us. I mean, we love people, but amazing people tell us how much they love our channel, love watching us. It's still kind of hard for us to understand that people would actually want to do that. And I'm sure you've probably gone through the same thing yourself as a creator.
Well, yeah, it's hard to tell what people like.
Right.
I consider your channel to be more of a vlogging channel with some cooking thrown in.
And Hanukkah, that was my best. I love that one. I love the boxes. I love the boxes you did.
But
I got such an idea from that.
There's other channels that are pretty much strictly how-tos.
Mm-hmm. DIYs and whatever.
And very DIY oriented.
Oh, we have a question here. How much do you like snow shoveling?
I like it 7 times more than most people will like it to relax. I'm kidding. Yeah, obviously, the snow shoveling is not the highlight of living up there. But snowball fights, that's what we live for, and sledding and skiing and all those things. Snowmobiling. Wow, I love snowmobiling. Have you guys ever gone?
No.
I love snowmobiling. That's a lot of fun.
What's my favorite scene in snow?
What?
Snowball.
Snowballs? Do you like to throw them or have them thrown at you?
No. Sometimes when we have snow at Grandpapa's house, we grab a ball of snow and we throw it at each other.
Oh my! You don't have snow where you are, do you?
No.
No.
I scored, but I missed the whole time because someone's looking at
It was a thing throwing sandballs at the beach than
or paper balls in the backyard.
Yeah, we have done that.
Yeah, we
before.
do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that again.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us here that will be happy to send you some snow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
One of our viewers, her name is Margaret Mitchell. She was telling us down here in Florida, they would go outside and have marshmallow snowball fights. Since they did.
I love marshmallows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter moved down to Florida 3 years ago and rubs it in every winter.
How much snow do you get up in Ohio?
We've had more this year than we've had in the past 5 years combined.
Wow.
But it's still not a lot.
Yeah, not as much as the blizzard of 1978, where you couldn't open your front door. There was so much snow when you woke up that Friday morning.
That's spoken like a true New Yorker right there. Blizzard of 78.
Yeah. Yeah, Daryl had a Blazer or a Bronco, I think, with a blade on it back then, and he went to Chicago and plowed up there, and people would just walk out of their house and give him money, say, plow my driveway. Yeah.
I was back in New York in '93, and we got hit by a blizzard there then as well. I don't know if you were in Western New York then, but at that time I was an EMT and worked on an ambulance, and we had a 4-wheel drive ambulance that literally we hit a snowbank in the middle of the road and it smashed the front of the ambulance in.
Oh, my.
It was so bad.
Yeah, Daryl was an EMT for a while here with our township fire department.
Yeah, local fire department.
Yeah.
That was back before you had to donate 4,000 hours to do anything. And
things have changed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I say that, in a poor manner. But it used to be, it's a volunteer fire department. And it got to the point where it cost you way too much to be a volunteer to help other people. That's really what it boiled down to.
Mm-hmm. June can't get in. She wants to know if you blocked her.
No, I've not blocked her. And I've just checked, and I'm not seeing any reason why she shouldn't be able to call in.
That is wild. It says you're not available, so she left a message.
Ask June if her area code is 913.
June, is your area code 913? You could ask her. She hears you.
Balloon? There's no balloons. There's no balloons. There's no balloon.
Corbin thinks he sees a balloon somewhere. Balloon?
No balloons.
Balloons and balls.
Yes,
that's Corbin's
code, Daryl. That's weird.
Oh, I'm going to try it this way.
Okay. We'll get you on one way or another, June.
Somebody asked what everybody's names are.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
I'm Ashley. I'm Naomi. I'm Hannah.
I'm Sam.
And I'm David.
What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Jenna Bean.
And I'm Corbin.
And I'm 5.
You're 3. Tell them you're 3. And with all her pink and glittery standing out, she still gets these shy moments sometimes. Okay.
And David, you're in kindergarten, right, David?
Yes, ma'am.
He's trying not to work on letters.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Well, that sounds about right.
On letters. I try every single day.
That's true.
No.
You do copy words from cereal boxes and papers.
No, I like it. Well, sometimes I don't.
He could write his name.
Yeah,
Right, David?
you can.
Yeah, I can. I can write it every single day.
Very good.
I can never forget about it. It's like stuck in my head. I don't know why it is.
The other day,
David's a little.
you said the kids, they get the books and that from that PG library.
Yes, we love
Oh
those.
my! Yeah.
Did they get a deck of cards just recently?
Do we get a deck of cards?
Yeah. Yes, the kindness cards. Yep.
Yeah, the granddaughter, the youngest one, she's 8. They spent the weekend here, so Kaylee brought the cards over, and she says, "What's it called? It's not go fish. What is it, Nana?" so we worked on all weekend how she could say that. So that's what we did this weekend. We played cards.
And then I was mentioning to you that we just discovered their website,
Yeah.
and they have all kinds of kids' videos out there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And the music. We love the music. They sent free CDs out like 2 weeks ago. So.
B Lady said she enjoyed the video about Ashley making detergent. That was one of our favorites as well.
Yes. That was an interesting experience. So
if you haven't seen that, she made a little bit of a mess.
Yes.
Same thing with
just a little.
David's
hot
chocolate video, right, David?
The hot chocolate is really good though. It is, yeah.
Yeah, so we would like to get into more of the how-to videos once we get to a situation where we can get into more how-tos. That ultimately, I think, was probably one of the reasons we even got into doing the videos in the first place, because we thought we would actually be on a homestead by now, and we're very happy with us heading in the RV. But the how-tos may switch to just a little bit more vlogs, or perhaps themes as far as we go to possibly different tourist areas or history lessons, etc. I mean, we really want to just keep it open and just kind of talk about whatever's happening with us at that time.
Well, I'm not able to trace down what the problem is here with the phone. I don't know if anybody else is having an issue or not, but for some reason we are just not able to hook up with June Gall here this evening, which I apologize, June. I guess you'll just have to ask your question online here. Looking through some of the other settings here. If anybody else would like to call in, I think it's still working. It appears to be. Everything seems to be okay. I do have a question for you folks. Are you commercially making T-shirts for anybody else, or just Big Family?
Martin Homestead, we had made some for them, and we sold a couple on that. And then we're selling some for us as well.
And we've been approached by a few channels, but with us heading out on a camper at this time, I've had to tell them, I'd love to. And, prior to even looking on Homestead, we were making T-shirts and car stickers and such. Just a little bit extra money. It was kind of fun keeping like a little artistic part of it. And when we sent that gift to Big Family Homestead, which is kind of interesting, we weren't trying to drum up business at all. We actually had shut down the business, but they liked them so much that Brad and I talked about as far as like just making that agreement to sell them. And once we get settled in where we're going eventually too, we will definitely
open up the shop,
open up more, and even to other homesteaders or channels if they would like to have some made as well.
I'm sure you're going to find lots of customers.
Yeah.
We plan on making a whole bunch of Out of GOSHEN shirts to take with us on the camper, though.
Cool.
So as we stop places, we can give them away, or wear them ourselves, or take them to the to deep south with us to Mississippi.
Yeah, that's one thing to wear when you go to the meetups are your T-shirts.
Exactly.
Did you fight me?
Yeah.
Give me a lollipop too.
June said she would love to extend the hospitality to you if you ever go to Kansas.
We will definitely take them up on that. We're actually making a book of all the people who said they'd like us to stop in every time we go to a state, and so that we can do it. Because honestly, we had talked about traveling before.
Yeah.
Again, we travel a lot. I don't know if you guys ever seen the video. We lived on a sailboat prior to coming here. But it was always a thought, not simply just traveling for sightseeing, which is fun too, but just traveling and meeting people. Because we just love people so much that it goes hand in hand with having our channel Out of GOSHEN and just meeting people wherever we may go. We're very much looking forward to that.
Well, I like the way you found your channel name, and I like the way you have your logo. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
He designed it.
Very nice.
Well,
Very nice.
and since we're talking about channel name.
Yes, B-Lady, they lived on a sailboat. They bought it, refurbished it, and lived on it.
Now, who would buy a sailboat with no engine? I mean,
that would be us.
I got a bridge.
Well, we actually, instead of getting a camper or a homestead, we seriously thought about possibly getting a larger boat and traveling the world. And that's, although that definitely is something we would, and it was very intriguing for us. We we decided not to take that option.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please? And they disappeared. I obviously, there's something not right here, and I'm just not finding it.
Well, and Andy's Backyard and Shop just said if you're ever in northern Alabama, come on by. We'll throw something on the grill and have a good time. So you got an offer there for Alabama, too.
Well, June put on there's a lot of history around her. Do you know where June lives?
Missouri. Isn't she in Kansas?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. June, what state? No, Grizz. They don't want Chinese chicken tonight.
So I don't know if it's because I've been looking at other things over here, but
That was B-Lady trying to call.
Has Eric explained what Goshen means to the folks in the channel here?
Not yet. Oh, June's in Leavenworth. Yes, there would be a lot of history there. That's right, Kansas.
Yeah, Eric, if you could explain the term Goshen, what does that mean? Out of Goshen, what does that mean?
Okay, so if you read, and most people simply just use the term the Bible, Genesis and Exodus, etc. The Israelites, when they were out into Egypt, went to Egypt, Pharaoh gave them prime property, and that part of property at the delta or the river is called Goshen. And they stayed in Goshen and thrived there, did very well there, until they knew a time was going to come where they were going to head to the promised land. And so our original idea for Goshen, being out of Goshen, is, well, that's kind of where we're at right now. In America, we're in Goshen. So all the videos we're bringing to you are brought out of Goshen to the viewers everywhere. But now that we're actually looking at this camper till the homestead, it kind of has like a new twist to it, for the fact that we're out of Goshen looking for our promised land, being our homestead, wherever that might be. Eventually we'll get there as well. So, I mean, it fit actually very well, even though that was not quite the intention at the very beginning.
I like how you did that. That was I just
Mom,
like
can you give me a freak?
Just a minute.
I knew I liked you guys from the start. Yeah, Gaming Guy says, you guys rock. I agree, Gaming Guy. I agree.
Well, Terry, from the get-go, you and I started chatting from the very beginning, and we just kept this correspondence going. And again, now it's great we'll actually be able to talk and see in person in March, Mississippi. This is great.
Oh, yeah. That's what I said is, you know, we have in common the canning and the homesteading and all this other stuff with everyone else. But this is something that I don't have that same similarity that your family and I do. So,
Yeah, background. Yeah.
I think that's great.
Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please? As it disappears again.
Yeah, there's something going on.
I think June's playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
I think she hangs up and then.
Well, Southern Arc tried to call, B-Lady tried to call, and none of them are getting through.
Yeah,
You want to do? It's already almost 10. You want to do the other trivia?
Yep, let's do the other trivia.
Trivia.
Yep, for the $2.
Okay, folks, let me go over the rules again here real quick. You can only win once every 4 weeks. You must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it is received and recorded on the stream here at Two Family Homestead. And if you are the winner, you must send us an email with your mailing address, please, within 48 hours to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Give us your mailing address so we can send you a $2 bill. So, question number 2. Is everybody ready? Got your lines cut? Here we go. How many acres did they own in Colorado when they had their homestead in Colorado? How many acres did they own?
There's the line. You can start putting in your numbers. Oh no, you're way too low. Way too low.
Warmer.
Nope. Nope.
This is where they look at our old videos to find out.
Ooh, Bananagram was close.
Oh, she's very, very close.
Nope. Banana.
Soon.
June.
Good job.
There we go. June Gall.
Yay, June.
There we go. Miss June. Awesome. Woohoo!
And we had 120, and we had 3 natural springs on the properry, feeding the property for where we needed it to.
And yes, we were crazy to sell it, but he went to medical school,
Yeah,
so
let's go to medical school.
we would look back and we would have said, no, we shouldn't have sold it, but that's the journey we went on.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. I'd be happy to get 2 to 3 acres at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can't when you're on a limited income, you have your veterans, and we're on SSD, so pretty much the same boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Yes, June, you did. Really.
It's your show here for a minute while I try to troubleshoot this.
You're going to try troubleshooting?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that made up for June not being able to call in.
Whoa. You scared me.
The lady
Mom.
says land is supposed to be cheap in Tennessee.
What's wrong, Courtney?
Now, someplace we want at least 2. You got to understand, we have 5 dogs. Big dogs. So.
For our new homestead, we want to, I think the bare minimum we're looking at is 10. We really don't want to go less than 10 if possible.
Acres.
Acres.
Yeah.
I want to take that.
10 acres, not 10 dogs.
I want 10 dogs.
I could not handle 10 of your dogs, Hannah. Her dog is crazy.
5 dogs.
No.
Yeah, but see, I have our first dog, the oldest one. She's 15. She's a black lab. She's mixed lab chow. She's now blind and deaf. Then 4 years ago, Daryl bought me for my Hanukkah/Christmas present. I have 2 Great Pyrenees. They're sisters. And then a year later, we rescued a Great Pyrenees from up the street. And now we have Smudge, who is the logo, that face you see on everything that we do. He is 2 years old. His daddy was a humongous, beautiful Great Pyrenees, and his mother is a huge, gorgeous Saint Bernard. So, yeah, we only have a few. Plus 2 outside cats. But I would still love to have a full-blooded Saint Bernard and or a Newfoundland. But somebody keeps saying no. We have enough. You know, when it costs more to feed them than it does us, there's problems.
Yep. Well, we have dogs and a cat that are going to be in the camper with us, so that should be kind of exciting, especially since Buttercup is.
I can't even imagine us going and getting a camper or whatever and having five animals. Well, the animals will have to be in the van with you, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Diesel. Well, that's cute. A puppy named Diesel. Well, I like that.
That's a cute name.
Oh, and Gaming Guy has asked before, what do the boys like to do?
What do you guys like to do?
I like the plastic stuff.
I like to take stuff apart, help Dad when he want to do stuff, and Legos, and play with Army Men. And my favorite thing is Army Men. I love
Army Men? Cool. Do you like Legos?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I love too.
Sam keeps asking, "Hey, David, want to play with Legos?" But no. Then he keeps asking.
Why don't you play with them?
I don't want to. I asked someone if he wanted to play with Army Man, but it annoys me. He should say no. That's why I'm doing it to him.
Tinker Bouncing wants to know, where did Hannah learn to draw and paint?
Well, Dad, he draws and he's done a couple paintings and he's shown me some of his drawing techniques. And I started painting when I was only 13. And, well, right now I'm 15. I went to some Michael's art classes. They were free, and I found out about it for my birthday. And I'm not sure how many I've been to. I think I've only been to like 7 to 10, around that. But yeah, and then I watch Art and Homesteading too. I found out a lot of techniques from them. I like theirs.
And once we get on the camper, her and I are going to be doing some paintings together. And just right now, all my time's focused on just trying to get the house ready to put it up for sale. But that's one of the things that we enjoy doing, is drawing and painting together.
Not me. I cannot draw or paint.
Oh, see.
I like to take photos and then I put them in scrapbooks.
Oh, cool. Daryl comes from his side of the family. He's comes from artistic, so he can draw. His daughter and son can do it. I can sew, embroider. I can do like that one-stroke painting that came out quite a few years ago. I can do that, but not like Hannah does. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I crochet, and then Mimi sews. But yeah, it's fun.
Grandpa's Place is asking, Eric, what do you have a doctorate in?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, technically, my doctorate is chiropractic. But for myself, I've always gone outside the box. And most chiropractors, even though the schools are the same as medical doctors, focus specifically just on like adjustments. But that wasn't me. I did all kinds of stuff from surgery to...
Worked in the ER for 2 years.
Yeah, I was in the ER. I always want to branch out, and I hate just being stuck doing one thing. And I like adjusting, but I always like the overall concepts of medicine. And so I definitely lean probably more toward the medical doctor side of it, I guess, except for probably the pharmaceutical part of it. I'd rather go more herbal, that type of thing. But, I can't really do a whole lot of stuff even for my family anymore because of the epilepsy. My brain's kind of fried. But I used to be diagnosing and investigating was my forte. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Corbin loved sticking ice on the table.
Is that good, Corbin?
Okay, we're gonna try the phone again here.
Try the phone again?
Yeah, since we've had a number of people tried to call in. So we've reset some things here on the finicky computers.
Yeah, they are.
And we'll give it a go if anybody wants to call.
Naomi, besides your conspiracy movies and books, what do you like to do?
I think my favorite thing would be reading. I absolutely love to read.
Yep. My youngest son is a bookworm.
Yes. Yeah.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always carry a book with me, no matter where I go.
I was the same way, and so was my father. So, yeah, I love to read. In fact, I used to sit up till like 4 or 5 in the morning just to finish a book.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
It's actually both of us enjoy engaging our mind in conspiracy theories. Yeah. Not that we buy into all of them, we definitely don't. Yeah. But it's fun just kind of think outside the box and see what other people kind of think about.
I agree.
Well, tell June what I tried here didn't work.
She can hear you. Noah's Ark has asked Hannah, have you read any of the Missing 411 books?
No, I don't think she's even heard of them, so we'll have to look into that.
Okay.
Nice shirt.
And
Do we want to even go into Mandela effect grandpa's place? I'm not sure. That's where we ought to go. That would pull another channel on its own, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jenna.
Eric, B Lady is saying, not trying to get you high, but if you looked into cannabis for epilepsy.
Yeah, I know some of the studies out there are showing incredible promise. That's why we're moving to Colorado. I'm kidding. It's not. I'm just kidding. No. What we have found more than anything else is trying not to be stressed out and trying to relax. I have to have my diet in place. There's certain things I flat out can't touch or can't even go near. And it's more than just epilepsy, but I have holes in my brain and I have demyelination type thing. And like we were at a Whole Foods market. It wasn't Whole Foods, but there's kind of like a health food store we went to, and they were handing out free coffee samples. And just trying one of the coffee samples, when I got home, I collapsed on the floor. And it wasn't a seizure, but that's the kind of thing. There's certain foods that has been the process of elimination over the years I simply have to stay away from. That and being no stress at all. I really have to shoot for no stress. And besides that, I'm not on any medication right now at all, which is amazing.
You have 6 kids with no stress?
That's true. Because we put deadbolts on our bedroom door.
Oh my! I mean, I'm looking at the screen here. I see stress all the way across it.
Some days are better than others.
Yeah. And I guess, and I know you're 100% completely joking about that. I hope anyway. But they are my stress reliever.
Yeah.
And I find there's nothing greater than just going outside and playing with them, or going out, we're here anyway in our cul-de-sac, or going on a hike, or just reading. And I mean, there's so many things that I think it even shows in our videos anyway, that we just adore our family. We love hanging out together and spending life together.
Be silly. And
your videos very much express your family bonding, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Oh, well, we love it when our granddaughters are here. Usually we do a video. This weekend, because Daryl wasn't feeling good yesterday, we didn't get any videos done, but they love to be on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're finding a lot of our kids' friends. We're starting to come over too, and we're like, why don't they come over? I'm not expecting to do it because of YouTube, but I think they just come over and being on YouTube doing stuff.
Well, and there's a channel I see that's just come in that is just getting started on their homestead, betting a farm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just moved to the Carolinas.
Wow.
They are they are renting from Mountain Mama.
Okay.
Yeah, they're renting from her. Yeah.
Yeah. So June Gall, if you'd like to try it one more time, I've made some more changes. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll just take the number down.
And is this Jenny or Chad?
So
they make the best rolling pins.
Oh yeah, he's quite the woodworker. That just adds to another question here for Eric. Do you or anybody in your family do any woodworking type things?
Yes, my brother lives in Florida too. Has a huge woodworking shop, and my dad had one also. And I love woodworking. But that's one of the things right now, besides simply just like fixing the house, I haven't had a lot of time to do more artistic type woodwork stuff. But that's something that I love to do. But, if you do any woodworking, a lot of times it takes a lot of stuff with like a planer and a lathe and such. I love that kind of stuff. But I don't know if that's even any time near in our future.
Yeah.
We have so many other things that have a priority right now. But ultimately, it's on my wish list. Absolutely. I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, Daryl loves woodworking.
June, can you hear me?
Wow, I won!
June's here.
June.
I won and I got through. Yes!
She won the lottery tonight.
Hello.
She's just so excited.
Oh, cool. I'm so excited. Okay, I want to say now I've heard you talking about the Did somebody mention cannabis? There is CBD oil here in Leavenworth that you can buy that is 100% THC free, and it works wonders for my dog's epilepsy. She was having 2 or 3 seizures a day, nearly every day. Now she has a seizure every once in a while, once a month maybe, and she doesn't go into grand mal. It's very rare she goes into grand mal. And if she starts going into a seizure, we give her a little bit extra because she has a couple of drops every day. And so if she starts going into a seizure, we give her some more CBD at the beginning of the seizure, and that cuts it, and it doesn't go into grand mal. And she's doing so much better as far as the seizures are concerned. So that's something you think of looking into. You can get it here in Leavenworth, and it's totally 100% THC free. So it's just pure CBD oil.
But when it comes to my doctors, they are always trying to get me on pharmaceuticals, which I really don't want to. I really don't want to take that path. But I'm always open to any type of alternatives if the seizures really start kicking in. And I often will, when I have seizure spells, it can be pretty awful, and I'll have them every 2 or 3 days, and it'll go like that for months sometimes. And right now I'm not in one of those spells, so they're sporadic, which is better, I guess. But that's something I will definitely keep in mind if I start heading into another spell, because those things really take a toll on me.
Well, I can always send you the information if you need.
I'd appreciate that, please.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, and I just have to tell everybody, because I'm absolutely bursting from this dude. I went to see my lung doctor today, and I got some news that I kind of expected, but he didn't. And my lung function's improved 2%.
Awesome.
Yes!
Awesome.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah, but anyway, I'm serious. If you're coming up this way, let me know. And you're welcome to our home. We'll give you hospitality here. It's not going to be 100% free. It's not going to be 100% perfect, because we're not perfect, but you are absolutely welcome to, stop and I'm sure my husband will take you up to the prison and, take you and the kids around give you the tour up there. So, he's in on the know there. He used to work up there. He was a senior case manager there. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'll get off the phone and hopefully somebody else will make it in. Thanks, Daryl. I'm glad you didn't block me.
No, I didn't block you, June. I wouldn't do that.
I know. I was pulling your leg.
All right. June, thanks so much for calling. I'm sorry you had so much trouble getting in.
It's not your fault, honey. Okay, thanks. Good night, Cher. Good night, guys.
Night, June.
Good night.
Take care, honey. I love it.
Oh, my.
That's good.
I love it.
So, and I want to make sure that we thank all of our moderators in the room here.
Yes. They've been fantastic tonight.
So
there we go.
Oh, we have another call coming.
You're probably going to have quite a few new subscribers tonight, too.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hi. It's the bee lady.
It's the bee lady.
How are you?
Hey, lady.
It's the moderator. One of your moderators you're thanking.
Well, thank you for all of your moderating work.
That's right.
Absolutely.
No, I have a question for the doctor. In fact, he might remember me. I left, or maybe I emailed him. I don't know. But when I watched one of their videos some time ago, and when I saw he was having epileptic seizures, I reached out because, of course, I have MS. And not previous to that, I also have, now maybe that glossopharyngeal neuralgia, which is the ninth cranial nerve on the right side. So I've been under medication for that for about a year. And they said that sometimes with the glossopharyngeal, and also I don't know if he does, I have spots in the white matter of my brain, which, Cher, you're going to love this, which I said, well, just take them out.
Jeez. Only you, Elizabeth, only you.
And of course they said, we can't take him out. So then I said, well, use the gamma knife. That thing is pinpoint accurate, which they won't do. So, anyway, then they say, are you having seizures? How would I know? I have no idea. Sure, how would I know if I'm having a seizure? Somebody explain this to me. I know I trip, but, and I know sometimes my hands shake, but from what they're telling me, the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body and vice versa. So none of this is adding up for me. So bottom line, I'm not taking any more medications. I just had my most recent test, which you might be familiar with. It was 3 hours, and they put all this stuff like on your scalp and all around your body, and they put a charge on it to see how the MY something sheath around all your nerves in your body reacts.
Right.
And they get to my left foot, and of course it's on the inside of my ankle, and nothing's happening. My big toe's not going, the bottom foot, nothing. And I said, oh, so that's an area of dead nerves. Okay, I got to write that down. Well, sometimes when you get older, you have corns and calluses. I said, there's no corns and calluses on my feet. Look at my feet. I just one of those pumice feet. Sherry, you know me. But I said all this to say that I'll be in touch because they keep asking me, am I having seizures? So I know there's some kind of a weird link between epilepsy and MS. I got it nailed down a little bit, but I'm not anywhere near disabled. But anytime you start dealing with the brain, nobody really knows anything. Right. I figure I know as much as they know. So kind of, oh, you know what I did think, and then I'll hang up. I thought, well, I wonder if these things will help. And then I thought, maybe not. Okay. All righty. And I was just saying, hang in there. I do follow I follow a lot of people on videos, and this one guy that I follow, he had this surgery, which I'm sure you heard about, where they take the cone-sized things out of your brain. That didn't work for him. So if they float that by you, you may not want to try that. I don't know if you're aware of it. They go in and they take out, like, they're shaped actually like cones, and he has shaking his head. Okay. You've heard of that, right? They try to target where they're coming from. Oh, and one more thing I'm looking into, which you may want to check out, is there's that new thing for Parkinson's disease now, where they go and they implant these things in your brain, and then you wear a little transmitter, and that puts out some kind of signal or something, and it's amazing. So since all of that is from the brain, I'm thinking, okay, there's got to be something around for, seizures and MS. And that's, okay, I'll just talk. I mean, everybody's so quiet. Sherry, tell them I'll just keep talking.
She does.
Any input, Eric, or you've heard about that one for Parkinson, right? Where they implant the things and then you have the little box.
Yeah, and that's if I recall, it's a neural stimulator. But as far as the situation that you and I have is very similar. And my neurologist, when I talked to my neurologist, said that it's all connected. I have brain lesions as well, little holes in my brain, and also it causes demyelination as well. In fact, with my demyelination specifically, I also my legs are slowly becoming paralyzed. And I just went to the doctor
last week.
Yeah, last week, and the feeling in my left foot, same thing as you, is I do have some feeling there, but it's so limited now. And it's funny because you say the left foot as well, and I do have mainly calluses on my foot, but I don't know if that's actually what's causing it. And they
I never heard of anybody with just epilepsy. I had a first cousin that had it, that is losing, it can't walk. No, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. Maybe you can get some more input from the chat. My mother was a nurse, and my sister's a nurse, and I'm a researcher by nature. I'm a profession teacher. Okay, but we're just researchers here. I've never heard of epilepsy where you lose your ability to walk. I don't know if anybody in here in the chat, maybe they can share that. If old Alabama Gardner is here, he is somebody that knows so much stuff. It's amazing. But yet I haven't reached out to him. I don't know if you're subscribed to his channel, but if you're not, that's somebody you want to be subscribed to, because his knowledge of natural healing and medication is just over the top. But sounds like if you're losing feeling in your legs, something doesn't sound right. That if you're losing the connection, to me, it seems that doesn't sound right. Did they test you for anything else? Like I had a spinal tap and all that. Did they do that with you?
I'm sorry, spinal tap? That's the next thing. Sorry, that's the next thing they said they want to do. And without getting too much into it, what is explained to me, and which makes sense also, it's not that the demyelination is causing the seizures, but the problem with my brain is causing the paralyzed foot, is causing the seizures, is causing all this stuff. And by far, most people with epilepsy, over 90%, we have no idea what's causing it. None at all. I'm one of those rare situations where we do know what causes it. And unfortunately, it's holes in my brain that's inoperable. There's nothing you can do. And that's probably why
you're in Florida?
With me anyway.
Where are you?
You're in Florida.
Florida.
Okay, you might want to drop by the Pittsburgh clinic or the Cleveland clinic. Okay? You might want to go. Yeah, see, Sherry, that's where I'm. No. You don't stay down there. No. You want to go Cleveland, Pittsburgh, because I know with the glossal, whatever it is I have, there are only 3 doctors in the country that they recommend for the surgery, which they're not cutting in my brain. So I said, that's not going to work. But there are other places that just focus on research. Like even UB, anything that has a top research place, that's where you want to go. I hear you, Bandad. I'm telling you what I really think. I'll be on here for another hour. I don't want to keep you because I know somebody else is probably trying to call. But you check that out. You get a spine test. You go for lupus, MS, and anything else that could dissolve the myelin sheath around your nerves. Cher, stop laughing. I'm looking right at you.
No, you are.
Okay, that's what you want to go for because that's what causes that misfiring, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right? Yes. Shake your head. Why is everybody laughing? Look at me. Come on. Think logically. Okay. It has to be the breakdown in the nerve somewhere. I've never heard of that. So that's what you want to do. You want to get that spinal tap should have been the first thing they did.
Well, that's just a confirmation for MS. That's what it is. Yeah.
He's laughing. All right. I'm going to hang up now.
Bye, lady.
I am. I'm going to hang up, okay? I am. I'm going to give everybody some peace. But if you need any help, you send me a message. Okay. Bye.
I will.
Be Letty, thanks for calling. Okay, folks, the phone line is open.
Love her dearly. We met last fall at Deep South Homestead first meetup. We met B Lady there. She's a riot. I love her to pieces.
I can't wait. There's been a lot of fun people there, I'm sure.
Bandan, isn't that J Null Zero's thing that he says?
Yeah, Buzzy, yeah, that's J Null Zero. Yeah.
David took his book. Give his book back.
Well, it is 10:20.
Yes, it is. And the
8 or something. They got all the little ones.
Little ones are getting a little bit tired.
So. I'll be nice.
Does Out of Goshen have any questions for us since we have tied you up for all this time?
How long have you guys been doing YouTube? And then also, how long have you guys been on a homestead?
Well, we've been doing YouTube for just over a year. Just over a year. And our homestead is it's a little different. We are actually we're outside of town. We're close enough I can throw a rock into town, but we are outside of town. We have a half acre. We're in a what do they call it? A
Subdivision.
Subplotted area outside of town. So, and we are both retired. We're older folks. We
Speak for yourself.
well, I can speak. You're only a couple months younger.
You're older than me.
I always will be.
That's right.
And so we don't have any farm animals. We probably couldn't do that, but we do have a large garden. Sherry has embraced canning and food preservation and crazy things in the kitchen to no end. She used to be very fearful of pressure canners, and now she's got what, 2, 3, 4 of them?
I have 3.
3 of them.
Yeah. The first time I ever pressure can, I stood behind Daryl.
Yeah.
He was working at the time, so I figured he's insured. I'm standing behind him. And now I have 3. I have the biggest All-American canner that is made. That was just bought for me this last year at Lehman's. And then I have 2 others. So I've now gotten my daughter-in-law, our youngest sons. I got our youngest daughter-in-law. She's now she made jam 2 weeks ago. That was her first time. And their 2 little girls, they're 8 and 12. They help with, last year, the younger one helped me peel and can peaches, and the other one did tomato sauce with Daryl.
Yeah.
So they're into that. And we'd like to have, knock on wood, we'd love to have 2 acres. We don't need anything big. We don't have the kids anymore. We have the grandkids every now and again, but just something where you don't have to look out your back door, your back window, and see a neighbor.
Yeah, if we had,
you do a lot of acres.
Yeah, if we had 7 or 10 acres, I couldn't keep up with it. I could not.
Yeah, it would have to be woods, because sometimes just our garden can be a bit much for us.
Yeah.
So we're in our aging in place.
Aging in place? Is that
aging
what it's
in
called?
place, yeah.
Okay.
Guess that's what it's called.
Whatever you want.
I have a question for you and the viewers. We buy candy, and on the top, now good for 18 months.
Yeah.
Canning jars. I thought you can't something. Why are those now good for 18 months? Have you seen that?
Eric, if you could repeat that one more time. For some reason, it broke up just a little.
Okay, sure. Canning jars. We've been buying some, and on the lids, on the top of the package, it says now the lids on here are now good for 18 months. But canning jars have notoriously been good for years, not months. Why do it say only 18 months on the top?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've done something with the gasket that's on the lids now, and a lot of people are complaining because when they use them, they're not pinging, they're not clinging to the jar, so they're wasting a lot of lids.
They've cheapened them up,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think that now they're saying, well, these are a little bit better than what. And we've seen that with some of the canning lids and stuff. They are not what they were just 2 years ago.
Yeah. I would just rather go. We have Lehman's is like 40 minutes from us, and I would just much prefer to go there and spend the money on a humongous sleeve of lids that are pretty much no name.
Or an Amish store.
An Amish store, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we get a lot of our
And I don't know
lids.
if you have any Amish in the area where you live down there in Florida. But,
No.
But if you have the opportunity in your travels here, by all means, Pennsylvania has a lot of Amish. Ohio has some big Amish areas, in the area where Layman's Hardware is, by all means, that should be one of your stops. Is Layman Hardware, and that's 40 minutes from us.
I think once we get up in the area, we'll be able to shop locally, that kind of stuff. Right now in Florida, there's just not anything like that here.
Right, but of course they do mail order. But yeah, and you have my phone number, so if you get into this area, give me a call and we can maybe direct you into some different things or what have you.
Okay.
But the Amish, that's a very. See, I'm looking in the chat here. B lady's typing in Walnut Creek, Ohio. Yeah, that's heavy.
Walnut Creek is
heavy
very
Amish.
heavily Amish. Yeah.
So, but that's a good place not only to buy things like for canning, but food, bulk food, and different things like that. Where if you really want to go back to basics, they have it.
Yeah.
So,
which is the idea.
I don't know. Anything else? Or do you guys do the pressure canning too, or you just do hot water bath?
Yeah, right now just hot water bath. But I actually ordered an All American, biggest one there was, and got messed up in the ship order. And I was like, well, that actually worked out. Moving on a homestead right now, but actually told me at the beginning she's scared of pressure canners too, and but I can't wait to give it a try.
Well, that big one that they make, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. You put water in that, you fill that up, and you're not going to move it.
Yeah, it has to be wherever you want a can. That's how.
Yeah, we've redone our front porch where we have a gas camping stove out there that's where we do all of our canning, or 95% of it.
Yeah.
Cher also has the Ball hot water bath electric can.
Yeah, I splurged last year and I bought the Fresh Tech had their Ball electric water bath canner, and I also purchased when they had on sale their the Ball jam and jelly maker. So that way I don't have to go out in the wintertime and can on the front porch. So I have a glass top stove and I won't use it to do my canning on.
I know something that has passed by that I wanted to ask earlier, and I don't know why I didn't. But do y'all do any what's Out of Goshen's viewpoints on I'm gonna say hunting and Second Amendment stuff with firearms and stuff like that? Is that something you shy away from, or you embrace?
No, we embrace. Yeah. I mean, that for our video being a lot of stuff, we don't talk much, but we definitely embrace firearms. We have lots.
Okay.
The big thing, hunting, in our first video was Sam, his 30-06, so we can start hunting. And for the military, that came with the territory. And that's what I'm a marksman from the military. And it's just, I've always shooting, even if just for recreation. And I take the girls out, and they're avid shooters too. And even David went out shooting at the range for the first time here a few months ago. And but yeah, we're avid shooters and firearm owners.
Well, listen,
I grew up, so
we really want to thank you folks for filling in here tonight. We've had a great time. I hope that you have too.
Yeah.
Very much.
And now that we got your feet wet as far as being online, you can see how much fun it is when people can call in to you. and we enjoy it very much. This is I'm going to say that the Monday night shows are Sherry's and my little niche that we have filled, and we'll continue to do that. We've got some big channels coming up here yet this year. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy's going to be on the show. And my gardener has a rain check. They're the ones that were originally scheduled for tonight.
Yeah, Monday nights we have a guest on every Monday night, and it doesn't have to be homesteading. Gardening, we've had 2 chefs on here. So,
we've got living on a dime, and I wouldn't call that pure
Mm-hmm.
homesteading. She's being an author and
yep.
And a cook and so forth. So,
and Tuesday nights, Daryl does a video editing and a general PC question class. So we've pretty much, this is, don't go to work, got to do something, keep yourself busy.
So listen, there's still over 40 of you in the room. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming. All of our moderators. We didn't get any pizza orders tonight on the phone, Brenda. Don't know what's up with that.
The first night we had the phones. That was funny.
But we certainly want to thank everybody for coming. And
June, remember, email me with your address.
And we will see you next week, right?
Sounds good.
All right. Take care, folks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.